Hello, good evening. It is Write It Out Wednesday. It's your host, Valerie McDowell, your writer, editor, author, book coach, and consultant. And I'm here today on the third Wednesday of the month. It is June 21st. I'm here before you. Oh my God, it's been such a busy week, a busy last few days. Lots going on, but I'm glad to be able to be here to support you, to bring you new information, and to encourage you with always some good words. All right, so we're going to write it out tonight. For those that don't know me, I work with writing and time challenged clients, helping them get their stories told, their books published, and their dreams fulfilled. So tonight, our topic is 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile, or just why waiting is worthwhile. And I have been waiting for something to come for a while. I started working on it a little while ago, and it is finished. And so this is what I have. So I just got several copies of my brand new book. It's called Power to Excel: How to Get the Life You Want by Leveraging What You Already Have. Isn't that a great title? Because some of the stuff that you're looking for is already inside of you. And that's me on the cover. I've never been on the cover of my book before. I thought, hey, it's time. Let's do this. This is book number 4, number 3 of mine personally. The 4th one is the one I edited. So, yeah. So I don't just tell you to write a book or help you write and publish your books. I write and publish my own. So that's one off my list. I have a few more to go. But tonight we are talking about 7 reasons why waiting for something is worthwhile. Okay, so let's get started because we have a lot to do tonight. So number 1, it increases anticipation. Yeah, it increases anticipation. Waiting for something good builds anticipation and excitement because you can't wait. It's like I knew my books were coming. I didn't expect them to come today, but they're here. So for those of you who pre-ordered, I will be signing them and getting them out to you, okay? So that's coming. And also, because it increases anticipation, it allows you to savor the joy and anticipation of what's to come, making the eventual experience even more rewarding and memorable. So once it gets here, I feel like you do when you get your book, like, oh my God, it's here. So that's 1. Number 2, you are better prepared. Waiting provides you the opportunity to better prepare yourself for the desired outcome. Sometimes we rush things, we get things done too quickly, we mess it up, there are mistakes, there's edits in it, and we're like, oh my God, I can't believe I put that out there. So you are better prepared when you wait. It allows you to gather necessary information, acquire maybe some new skills, and make whatever arrangements you need to, ensuring that you are fully ready to make the most of that opportunity. Okay, so that's number 2. Number 3, and again, we're talking about 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. Number 3, it allows for you to have appreciation and gratitude for what you're doing. The longer you wait for something good, the more you learn to appreciate its value. You know, that sometimes, waiting on a good meal, I know that there are lots of things called quick. And, we talk often about fast food and different things like that. We live in a microwave society. You may hear that often. And so, people have gotten used to getting things quick. Now, though my book was ordered, it didn't come as quick as some things I can order that I can get next day. But this took about 7 to 10 days to get here. And I didn't know which part of the 7 to 10 days it would be. But because the process of even writing it, getting it edited, publishing, layout, cover design, all of those things took time, it means that I need to appreciate and be grateful, have gratitude for getting that accomplished. Hey, Eloise, I was talking about my brand new book. I know I've been talking about it, that if you wanted to pre-order, so it is done. I'm signing some of the books that came in today, but I'm very excited that I don't just talk about and help you write and publish your books. I write and publish my own. So there you go. We're talking about 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. We are on number 4. It is for growth and self-improvement. That waiting allows you to grow. That a lot of times, especially, you see it with children, that when you're waiting for something. Like right now, my granddaughter, who is almost 1 years old, so she's 11 months, she'll be one next month, that she's starting to walk. I have a video of her taking 5 steps and then looking around. It's like, hey, y'all watching me? No, let me get back on the floor and crawl. So she's going to be walking really soon, like, and not getting down to crawl. So we are, this is part of the growth that she's experienced as a baby to a toddler till she's moving around on her own. And this is about self-improvement. She's improving herself because now she's going to be able to get more stuff and get into more stuff. So good luck, parents. It's time to put everything up off the floor and whatever else, because she's climbing too really well. So, but waiting, had we rushed this process, she might not want to do it. But when she walked those steps on her own, she didn't look and see. She wasn't scared. It was like, it was time. She'd already been crawling. She's already climbing. She's already reaching for stuff. She definitely points and tells you, like, she'll point and be like, get that for me. So we've been watching this growth, of little Mila. And so being able to see her own self-improvement and development is something that we all personally can do as well. So when you wait for something, when you see, it's just like, the first time you get started writing your book or writing the first chapter, that's growth, because it's one chapter more than you wrote last week or last month or last year even. So seeing your own growth, seeing your own self-improvement is definitely worth the wait, because then you can be proud of yourself, understanding that I did this. Pat yourself on your back. You did that, because it's important for you to see your own progress, not just helping other people see theirs, but to see your own progress. Okay, so that's number 4. So we're talking about the 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. So we're on number 5. Number 5. Serendipitous opportunities. I love that word, serendipitous. I've had some serendipitous moments that I definitely couldn't have planned for, that because of being in the right place and right time, I did share with you all, I shared with my community about meeting Judy Blume at her bookstore in Key West last month. And so because I happened to be in Key West and she happened to be in her bookstore at the same time, we were able to meet. I got her to sign my book. She was one of my favorite authors as a child. And so to be able to see someone that you read, all 20 of her books, however many she has, and to see her in the flesh, and then to sign up my own book for her. So I signed the first book I had written about my son called Oh Boy, and gave her a copy as she gave me a copy of hers. Well, I bought that copy, but nonetheless, you get the point. But anyway, serendipitous opportunities. While waiting for something specific, unexpected opportunities may arise. That's why you should go to events. I know my instructor, I'm taking a film class, so she was just at Tribeca. Because of some other engagements, I was not able to go to New York last week. But the thing is, I will be at the next film festival. I will definitely be at multiple film festivals. I have volunteered at the Annapolis one here in Maryland. And so, just being at these events, you'll have opportunity to talk to producers, talk to directors, to share, hey, I have this short film, or I have this idea, or I have this pilot, or whatever it is you might be writing, but you never know who you're going to run into at these events. Because had I been in New York, I definitely probably would have been like, Robert De Niro, oh my God, since, he's the one that created that one, but the thing is, you're going to always, when you put yourself in position, for things to happen, you never know what's going to happen. And they may not have presented yourself had you been rushing. If you're like, that sometimes, I've let go. I was a very on-time patient person, or impatient person. I have learned to relax, I'm still on time, but I've learned to relax it for other people. Like, okay. And even, because I love to travel, which involves a lot of flights for me because I'm not really driving, but so far. And so understanding that, there's going to be a delay. It's going to be a minute before they get your bags out. It's going to be a minute before this happens. If, you don't do roll-ons and can get everything in. I'm still working on it. I actually made it down to 1 suitcase last time I traveled. But the thing is, when you, allow for these opportunities, when you're not rushed, when you settle down, because that's why I keep a book. So that's a key for some of you who travel a lot, or just anywhere, there's always some occasion where you're going to be waiting. If you're going to renew your license, if you're going to, some government official building or something, you're going to be waiting. Go to a grocery store, you're going to be waiting in line. So, engage your mind, and if you don't talk to the people around you, read, Your mind is always working. So allow it to learn new things. Learn a language. You put some earphones in and learn a language while you're waiting in line. So there's so many ways that you can grow, which was number 3, grow and self-improve, if you take advantage of these serendipitous opportunities. Okay. And then waiting also allows you to keep your options open and to seize potentially even better alternatives that come your way. That sometimes you might miss out on something. It's like, oh man, that was the last thing. But then they were like, but we have this new thing we're going to bring out. You're like, that's even better, So, don't always negate the things that maybe don't turn out the way you wanted them, because sometimes, that turns out even better than you expected. So being open and definitely being flexible, having some flex in your life so that, you can flow, because sometimes flowing with whatever the environment, the set, the scenario you're in, sometimes not being so rigid on things, not being like, oh my God, I can't believe that didn't happen this way. It's just like, sometimes it's not supposed to happen that way. And plus, you're not the author of the way things should always happen, okay? So you might be the author of your book, but you're not the author of life, especially other people's lives. So how things flow and being able to shift and adjust, as you move forward is a great skill to have. So that was number 5. Number 6, and we're talking about 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. Number 6 is you have enhanced value and quality. Enhanced value and quality. And so that, again, speaks to patience, which leads to a higher quality outcome. By waiting for something good, you give the necessary time for refinement. Because Lord knows I've edited my book a million times. Other people have looked at it and edited with me. I have another project I need to go back and edit after I finish this live. But, because it takes more time, to get things right, you want to make sure that, you reread that section that you knew was a little crispy there. It needed a little more finessing, or you needed to either shift it or just change it altogether. And so, allowing that time, allowing those moments where, you pull away, you clear your mind, go for a walk, take a shower. Sometimes you need a total refresh in order for you to get clear about something you need to say or do or write. And so I enjoy these moments where it's like, because I tend to be someone who will wake up in the middle of the night, like literally the minute I lay my head down, it's like ding, 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 all the ideas. It's like, oh, how to get world peace will come up. The 5 ways to get world peace. How you have all those brilliant ideas in the night. Well, another hint for you, it's like if you have a recorder on your phone, record those ideas, because if you don't write it down, you will not remember it the next day. Particularly as you get older. You may remember it when you're younger, but I definitely don't remember anything if I don't write it down or record it in my phone. So that was number 6. So enhanced value and quality. It also can result in a superior product. When you take a little bit more time to work something out, then that experience that you have, that what happened the last time. I mean, it's like for great cooks, it's like, they know that when they added that little pinch of cinnamon or nutmeg or sugar or flour or water or whatever it was, that was the difference in the way that dessert came out. Or maybe they added a different spice, to that meat or that vegetable dish. And now people are like, oh my God, that tasted so good. It's like, because, that they waited, they allowed some more time to pass so that they could do something a little bit different, or that you can get a new idea, or you might learn something new in the wait, and that's, again, being open to new ideas, being open to new experiences, new situations, new people even. That's one reason I definitely love to travel. I love meeting new people. I love being in different cultures and immersing myself in those cultures. I'm not just sticking to, where they say the tourists go. I want to see, let's go in the neighborhoods. Let's see where the people are. Where are you eating at? Where you get your hair done? I want to see where the people, how do you live? What do your closet look like? Because I know outside the U.S., people live in very different styles of houses, that we have way more stuff and way more junk than, most people around the world. And so being able to see, how do you manage, what do you wear? How do you do your wardrobe? Do you pick a scheme, a color scheme, and stick with it? I'm only wearing black, white, and beige. Like, what are you doing? That keeps you able to, condense your life. I'll say it that way. And so that was 6. Number 7, our last point here, as we talk about 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. and it helps you to avoid regret and hasty decisions. Isn't that true? It's like that sometimes when we do things too fast. I know there's someone, they got into a relationship too fast, and then things happen, and they literally said everything went way too fast. Like, I shouldn't have did this. Like, too many things happen very quickly, and there's no turning back. Once things are in motion and things happen, it's like you can't change the outcome. You can only live with it and move forward. And so being able to take your time so that you don't regret anything, and also so it's not a hasty decision. Whether it was getting married, signing a contract, taking a job, moving into an apartment, buying a vehicle, outfit cars, all kinds of things that we do. There's lots of things online that will tempt you to buy something all the time, every single day. And it's just like, and if you're not careful, if you don't take the time to read, well, let me read through this contract. Many people sign things without ever reading. When I was married, I remember my husband was like, why are you reading the whole thing? So I can know what I'm signing, because you have to read, because all contracts are written for the person who wrote it. So they're going to make sure they get the benefit of whatever you're signing. So that's why you need to read, so that you agree, not that they're trying to take advantage of you, but at the same time, it's like, do you agree to the requirements here? Do you agree to what is being the terms and conditions of this contract? And so, you see it often, especially on social media, you click on something, they're like, hey, they got cookies here, they're tracking you, they're doing all these things. Do you agree? Or do you only want these cookies or whatever? Or you got to click the box for the robot to say you're not a robot, even though it's a robot asking you if you're not a robot, but there's so many ways, for you to avoid regret and to avoid hasty decisions, and waiting is definitely one of them. So those are the points I have. And so waiting, that sometimes, people, I know often it's more the opposite, like, oh my God, it's been 10 years since I started this book, I need to finish it. But at the same time, if you rush through something, like you also don't want to rush your book. You don't want to, it doesn't have to take 10 years, but it doesn't have to take, 2 weeks either, because unless you're really good and unless you already have the content, but, make sure, even if you can get it done in 2 weeks, because you put the time in, because you put the effort in, that someone is editing that work. Another set of eyes is looking at that before you go to print. And so, I just want to make sure that, you don't look at waiting as a negative thing, but that you look at it as something that's a part of life. That it can lead to something really good. Ask people who maybe didn't marry someone, back then, and or didn't connect with certain other people, but years later, they're like, dodge that, and so they waited for something that maybe they're in a relationship now or married now. We're like, what, this was the person I was supposed to be with, because had I, went down that route and I see where they are, that might have been my life as well. And so you have to, be able to flow, like I was saying before, with these kinds of things. So what are you saying, Eloise? Do you agree, my dear? The 7 reasons why waiting for something good is worthwhile. So our 7 points again are: number 1, it increases your anticipation. Number 2, you are better prepared. Number 3, it allows for appreciation and gratitude in that process. That when you wait for something, when you do get it, it's like waiting for a good meal from grandma. When that bread finally comes out the oven, those yeast rolls or that cornbread, or that roast or whatever it is, it's like, baby, it's definitely worthwhile. And you appreciate and you have much gratitude for that wonderful meal. Number 4, it provides growth and self-development. Or self-improvement, growth and self-improvement. Number 5, like I said, a favorite word of mine, it allows for serendipitous opportunities, that come out of nowhere, that you weren't anticipating, weren't expecting, but, because you waited, time and space came together to benefit you. All right. Number 6, It allows for enhanced value and quality. Okay, that when you wait on something, when you allow the time to take place, the time to move forward, the time to, and not be, like a frantic waiter or a nervous waiter or an agitated waiter, but you can be an active waiter. You can have an expectation that what I'm waiting for is going to be good. And I'm a firm believer that when you have those kinds of expectations, it will be good. That the thing you're waiting for is going to be good. It's going to work out for you. It's going to be in your favor. And like my book says, and it will give you the power to excel. And then number 7, it definitely will help you to avoid regret and hasty decisions. Okay, you won't have hasty decisions. And did I miss one? Number 6, enhance value and quality, and then avoid regret and hasty decisions. Make sure we get all 7 of them in there. So that's what I have for you today. It's like why waiting for something good is worthwhile. I waited on my book. And for many of you, I'm waiting on you. I'm waiting on you to call, to reach out, to say, hey, Val, let's finally get this book done. Hey, Coach Val, I need your help. I need your support because I've been waiting for a while. All right. So letting you know I'm here. I love what I do. I love what I get to do even. That I get to help you write the stories of your lives, write those legacies, those memoirs, those stories of triumph, of overcoming, even the stories of your expertise in a certain subject matter or area. And so let's get those books written, printed, and done this year. All right, you've waited. It's 2023. It's time to get them done. So let's get them done this year. All right, I'll see you next time. I'm Valerie McDowell, your writer, editor, author, book coach, and consultant.